2015 has to be one of the most pivotal years in surfing history, and it all kicked off with Mick Fanning's now famous encounter with a shark caught live on camera. That moment was so intense and unexpected.
I was getting dragged under by my leg rope.
Not just the usual surf fans. Suddenly, everyone was talking about Mick Fanning. His name was popping up in the news more than big names like Barack Obama. That kind of exposure was a game changer for the sport. Before this, it was mostly the hardcore surf enthusiast who followed the competitive season closely. But after the shark incident, things changed. The story made headlines worldwide, and it wasn't just about Mick. This spotlight opened the door for other surfers who'd been working hard but weren't as well known outside the surfing circles. Guys like Adrian de Souza, who had been grinding away for years, started getting recognized as top athletes on a global stage. Before, it seemed like only surfers like Kelly Slater got that kind of fame. This whole shift wasn't just about getting more media attention. It also brought in more sponsorships for these surfers. Athletes like John Florence and Adriano, who were big within the surfing community, started getting noticed by bigger sponsors and a broader audience. The sport began to move away from just being a few big names and started showcasing a wider range of talented surfers. You could see the impact in the following WSL seasons too. The competition got more diverse, with surfers who were previously under the radar now winning titles and making a name for themselves. It made the whole scene a lot more exciting and unpredictable. Suddenly, surfing was not just a niche interest aired on specialty sports channels. It was being featured on major networks like ESPN, a space usually reserved for more mainstream sports. The impact of this was immediate and significant, with more people tuning in to watch surfing competitions. The 2016 World Surf League season saw a big jump in viewership, with larger crowds showing up at events and more people streaming the competitions online. This surge in popularity helped introduce surfing to a whole new audience, extending its fan base well beyond the traditional surf community. But the incident did more than just boost surfing's profile. It brought a renewed emphasis on safety and the relationship between surfers and marine life, especially sharks. Organizations that studied shark behavior, like the International Shark Attack File, started getting more attention and involvement from both the public and the surfing world. Surf competitions ramped up their safety measures, bringing in things like drone surveillance and jet ski patrols to keep an eye on the water and protect the surfers. But you know, as they say, the show must go on. Shortly after the shark attack, Mick was back in the competition, and his matchup with Kelly Slater in the quarterfinals of Pipe Masters was something special. It was a big moment in a year that had been really tough for Mick. He had been through a lot with that scary shark attack and then losing his brother. But there he was, competing against one of the best, Kelly Slater. As Mick took on Kelly Slater, who's a legend in surfing, you could see the significance of this match. It was more than just competing for points. It was about Mick's proving his resilience. The atmosphere was charged with emotion, and everyone felt it. The fans, other surfers, even Rosie Hodge. Rosie, who's known for her professional commentary, found herself deeply moved as she spoke about Mick's journey and what this competition meant to him. Mick was aiming for his 4th world title, and he poured everything into that effort. It was clear to everyone watching that this was about more than just surfing. It was a testament to his strength in facing life's tough moments. Though he didn't clinch the title, his performance in that contest spoke volumes. What really left an impression was Mick's incredible spirit and determination. For the second year in a row, and only the second time in history, a Brazilian won the world title. Adriano de Souza defied the odds and took home the top honors. As the season culminated at the Billabong Pipe Masters, the final event of the year, the tension was off the charts. 6 surfers were in the running for the coveted world title: Mick Fanning, Gabriel Medina, Owen Wright, Adriano de Souza, Felipe Toledo, and Julian Wilson. Each of these athletes had shown incredible skill and determination throughout the year, but it was anybody's game. Felipe Toledo was a standout competitor throughout the season, dazzling fans and judges alike with some of the most innovative and jaw-dropping maneuvers ever seen in competition. At just 20 years old, the Brazilian surfer notched up the most wins, claiming 3 impressive victories. He kicked off the year with a win at the Gold Coast, followed by a triumphant performance in front of his home crowd in Brazil. Brazil. Perhaps the most thrilling moment came in Portugal, where he outperformed fellow Brazilian and rookie sensation Italio Ferreira in what many considered the most exciting final of the year. Despite Italio pulling off one of the biggest airs of the year, it was Philippe's sensational blowtail to an air reverse combo scoring a perfect 10 that clinched his win, catapulting him to just 200 points behind Fanning in the race for the title. But the true dark horse of the year was Adriano de Souza. After 10 years nipping at the heels of the World Tour's elite, Adriano found himself in the best position of his career to claim the top prize. It all boiled down to the performance at Pipeline. The title race took a dramatic turn when Mick Fanning was defeated by Gabriel Medina. In a thrilling climax, Adriano de Souza seized his moment, defeating wildcard and standout performer Mason Ho in the crucial heat. The 2015 season in the world of surfing was a landmark year, and a big part of that story was the rise of the Brazilian surfers. Often referred to as the Brazilian Storm, this shift really gained momentum when Gabriel Medina won the world title the previous year. Before Medina's triumph, Brazilian surfers were often unfairly stereotyped as aggressive and overly passionate, and some even faced negative labels. But Medina's win changed the narrative. He humanized the Brazilian surfers, showing the world their skill, dedication, and the positive aspects of their passionate approach to the sport. In Brazil, surfing is a mainstream sport, and surfers like Medina are celebrated as superstars. This fame started to extend globally, changing the way Brazilian surfers were perceived worldwide. Another factor contributing to surfing's surge in mainstream popularity was John Florence's film, View from a Blue Moon. This cinematic masterpiece appealed not just to die-hard surfers, but also a wider audience who might not have been previously interested in surfing. It played a significant role in putting surfing on the mainstream radar. However, this sudden spike in popularity and media coverage wasn't welcomed by everyone in the surfing community. Some surfers and fans who cherished the sport's more low-key niche status were critical of the World Surf League's deals with big networks like Fox Sportsnet. They felt that the sport was moving away from its core audience and becoming too commercialized. One of the biggest challenges in this new era of surfing's popularity was making the sport relatable to the general public. Surfing can be a hard sport to explain to non-surfers. It's not just about the physical act of riding waves, but also about the unique feeling and culture that comes with it. Despite these challenges, the dramatic events of the year, especially the shark attack, captured the public's imagination. For better or worse, 2015 will go down as the year that surfing became a household sport.